Okay, our second approach is that of Kant's moral argument. Now, bear with me, I've had to take some notes because his argument does go into a lot of depth, but I've kind of summarized it into 4 steps that may be easier to follow. Our first step is that our moral behavior is rational. And what Kant means by this is that if we ought to do something, then that's reason enough to do it. So let's take into consideration the idea of charity. It would be wrong to say, I should donate to charity, I have money to donate to charity, but I have no specific reason to do so, so I'm not going to. Next, Kant believed that moral behavior is only rational if justice will be done. A lot of the time, especially today, a sin seems to have more of a profit than doing the right thing. Cheating on a test, for example, without getting caught. You're guaranteed an A, but you may feel bad about cheating, you may not. Kind of depends on the person. Most of us would say that the guilt from cheating would be way too much to withstand, but I'm not talking about students in an ethics class or at a Christian university. I'm talking about society as a whole. Which that brings me into the third point in Kant's moral argument, and that is that Kant believed that justice will only be done if God exists. Now, justice sometimes in this life isn't administered, and we've all had those moments where we thought life just isn't fair. And sometimes people don't get what they deserve. But we must act according to the existence of an afterlife, which brings up Kant's final step in that God does in fact exist. We act morally because we believe our souls belong to a higher power in the afterlife. And I myself am a Christian and follow that of Kant's moral argument. I base my behaviors on his argument from a Christian or a religious point of view. Now, I do believe it is wrong to molest children, and I believe those who do so will suffer in an afterlife. But I also have to take into consideration those who are not religious or spiritual and may be deterred from any argument concerning the ideas of religion. I also respect the others' approaches and want to take into consideration their beliefs and opinions. So I think Kant's moral argument may not be the right approach for us to take on this ethical issue as well.